This is exciting. How you all doing today?
Listen, I'm doing great.
Yes.
I'm doing real good.
Doing great.
I'm doing great too. Welcome, welcome to a new podcast. All right, here in
Okay. The production didn't like that.
Okay.
Or
awesome.
he loved it actually.
Well, this is what's going to happen now.
It's every week, man. Like I don't know if they don't get it or what's wrong, but it's not a new podcast. It's a new episode. It's the same podcast.
That's right.
Do you have a new mic? Or
Don't
same
say
mic
it's right. Now he's going to be saying that you said it was right.
It's a new episode.
It's just a new episode, right?
Yeah.
Did you see new mics today getting out of boxes and new
agree with you.
cameras?
You don't have to keep going.
I know.
Like I said, it's a new episode.
I was just making sure.
That's why I said, well, you handled it right. Thank you so much.
I didn't see no one opening up new mics, new stuff, or new new
so
podcast.
what should I
it's
say?
The same equipment. You know, I'm just making sure.
Hey, listen, you nailed that point.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
This is a new episode, bud.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. There we go.
Anyone else have anything to say?
No. That's it.
There's anything wrong that I say?
Same cables. Nothing new. Nothing new.
He's still pointing out that everything's
Nothing new. There's a new fan that I can't turn on.
Yo, he had this AC was at 74.
It's like 84 right now.
That should be illegal. If you live in Florida,
you
should not have your AC over 70.
Hey,
71.
just throw in the comments real quick. Just throw in the comments. What's an acceptable temperature at your
Wait,
home?
before you go there, if the comments agree with me that they should be at 70, are you going to put your house at 70?
Yes.
No.
Yes, he will. Yes, he will.
Listen.
What do you like it at?
I want it between 70 and 72.
That's
okay. That's
okay.
That's kind of fair.
I thought you was going to say 69, 68.
No.
No, okay.
And he wants it at 74.
No way. That
Or higher.
Yeah.
is. Did you say higher?
Yeah,
Or
sometimes
higher.
you throw a little 76 in there, boy.
What? At this moment, you should throw away your AC. Like, don't put AC. Like,
You should throw it away.
yes.
You don't need it. If I would go to your house, I'll feel like I'm going to my mother-in-law.
No.
They have it at 75, and you can't touch that.
No, but my mother-in-law do. She doesn't turn it on.
What?
So when she
She's
comes to
not
my
in Cuba anymore, bro.
I know, but she doesn't get it. She doesn't get it. So when she comes to my house, she's like, "It's too cold." I said, "No, this is what normal people do. They turn on the AC."
I don't know, man. I feel like when you're walking around in hoodies and blankets, something's not right.
It's cozy.
It's cozy.
It is cozy. I think
good.
we all agree with.
But I keep it at 68, and I'm not walking around with hoodies and blankets.
No, you get used
Well, let
to
me
it.
tell
It's
you
just
something right
shorts
now.
and-
You don't keep it at 68 because it ain't 68 in here right now.
Yep, it's not now. I know. It doesn't feel like it. I hope it's not messed up. It's gonna cost me a lot of money.
I hope so too. Yeah.
But it's fine because he could pay for it.
So
But,
yeah,
you
please
know,
let us know. Do you put your AC in 74? I think no one should do that. But
I think
anyways,
74 is probably an average number. That's what I think. It's an average number.
No.
do you say average?
You don't think so?
No.
Well, not for
No.
people that are on menopause.
Oh my God! No way!
He said on menopause.
Yes.
That's
That's-
not even, oh my gosh, that's not even the right word.
That is, yeah.
Oh, what is it?
Are they on menopause?
Well, no, no.
Listen,
You cannot look at me to correct a word. So like I would love to help here, but it's gonna be difficult.
We're gonna have to ask Siri about that one. 'cause he can't help you.
But 74 should not be an average. Like
We'll
it
see.
should not.
We'll see.
Like,
We're- the people
74
are gonna-
should be an average in like I don't know, like
okay.
Washington
So
or
here's what we'll say.
Utah, but Florida,
If
dude.
74 is
Oh,
an
no.
average.
No, okay.
If 74 is an average, you have to go 3 days with your AC on 74.
3 days?
If it's less
No.
if it's less than that, I'll rock my house at whatever the average is.
Y'all better be low in the comments.
Listen,
Yeah, put in those comments.
Y'all better be low in the
69.
comments.
I don't want to put
70.
it. I don't want to put it this way. I don't want you to lie. But if you want to help D right now, just throw a 71 there. You know.
Let me tell you what would happen when we got to the car and she's like, I don't care what they vote. We're not putting it higher than 72.
That's what's gonna happen. Yep. For sure.
Oh Lord, I didn't know this.
Bro, right now it's in 74 here, and it feels
Horrible. It's bad.
It's
How
a
can you
sign
live?
68, but it's not moving. Like,
How can you live with this every single day of your life?
It's different when like this is
It's
your
not different.
normal.
74.
so
it's the
right
same
now
number.
you're good.
And we're kind of like I feel good, but also we're elevated. Like I mean, we're ready. We're hyped up for this thing.
Yeah.
We did our whole chant and cheer before we start. It's like we got a whole thing. So it's like I'm a little warm now.
Yeah.
but
You got the lights on
But
you.
before that,
the lights are on me. You guys make me nervous.
We make you nervous.
Nah,
What a guy. Yo, that was a lie. If you want to see Pastor go lie, he just did. Anyway. Okay, well, let's see what the people say. Hopefully, people from Florida. I was gonna say they will learn how to vote. Have nothing to do with voting
Oh,
for
no.
your AC.
Little deep, that hurts a little deep. We struggle in the voting.
I know.
We struggle in voting.
Why did I go there? We were talking about that. I don't know. Anyways, welcome everyone. Please share this. We're about to have more fun.
Yes.
In this new episode of this podcast.
Thank you.
Lord Jesus, what are we talking about?
Hallelujah.
Listen,
Yes.
I got the topic, and I have not y'all. We're gonna have to go with it. All right,
Go with it.
I loved when we did the last one, and we just ripped it, and I liked it. So this one, I want to talk all things relationship. Okay, now
When you mean all, like,
I'm talking about all things.
okay.
The people want to hear.
So this.
They do.
They want to hear the pastor.
Why?
Yeah.
We got to know some things. So I want to talk dating. Like I want to go back even to dating because I feel like so many times we talk relationships and people go, "Oh, well, that's marriage," and so I'm out. But the reality is we have a large segment of people that are just dating. Like, so I want
That's
to talk.
true.
Hey, how did it look like for y'all? What did it look like? What were pros? What were cons? What did you learn? What did you not learn? Where did you get bamboozled that they were one way when you were dating and completely different when you got married? You know what I mean? So we're gonna talk all things relationship.
Ooh, that's
You
a-
in?
I'm in.
I am.
All right, so let's do this.
I haven't said that. He said. I haven't said anything. But I'm just like, you have to be in. Okay.
Well, it's all for one for all. You know.
Yeah, we're in. We're doing this.
I have a feeling that this
You
is
guys
gonna
want
get.
some water?
I got some water.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I have better water than those, but if you don't want some water, it's fine.
that's water is water.
Is it room temp? Because it's probably boiling.
I got you. Don't worry. I got you guys some
Oh
water.
no, I know what he's doing. This is
I
bad.
got you guys some really good water.
Okay.
I know what he's doing. Well, while we get the water, I have a feeling that this is gonna get really good.
It is.
So if you're watching right now, you should make sure that your spouse or anyone you're dating, like they should be watching this with you right now, and let's just enjoy. So we're gonna talk about everything in relationship.
That's it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, let's start.
So give me the first thing. This is what was probably when did you start dating?
Okay.
Okay. I'll say when did you start dating your spouse and how did you how did you meet?
Here's some water
This
for you
is
guys.
why he wants to get
You know.
some water,
And
so we can show his logo.
Oh wait,
of
are we
his
sponsored
business.
now? Because I should be getting a paycheck.
Listen,
They're
you know what?
they're
That's
super
true.
fresh.
You know what? That's true. He's so smart that he
wow.
sponsor just for equipment. We need to hire that sponsorship so we can get paid.
Exactly, bro.
I don't mind at all. We can do that.
This is a royalty check I'm getting right now.
Cheers.
Yeah. So
Listen,
Thank you for the
yes.
water. Now
Yes.
we're gonna be more fresh, and our room is a little bit hot, so that's the reason for the water.
I appreciate that.
Okay,
buddy.
thank you for your
If you ever
solar
need a
business
good water, then
sponsorship.
you can get the solar water.
It's
and
not a solar water.
panels.
And the solar panels.
Yep.
Somehow solar panels was getting into this episode.
He do this
I mean,
every-
dude.
Yeah, and every time the
I heard you sometimes get a negative 50 bill.
Oh my God! Can we just give it?
You know what to do. So
If you need solar, it's going to be a link in below.
it's that link below. Thank you.
He's
D.
not lying.
I mean-
He like every time they need something, he's like, "Oh, we need this." He pay it, and they put his sponsorship. They put the link
No,
at
I
the
just-
bottom.
I-
like, do you want
I
solo?
just
Like,
helping the ministry, bro. You know.
Really?
Yeah, that's all you have to do. That's what God has called me to do. He says, help the ministry.
all right. So how the okay? Let's, yeah, this is guys. Pray for us,
I mean,
guys. Pray for us. This
I
is-
wondered why the Bibles that we give new guests said Win Marsolar on them. This guy's just putting his logos
Bro,
on everything.
Now
Right?
I'm afraid. Now I want to check them.
You gotta check everything.
You know what? I need to check the first time guest back. Imagine having something in the cup inside
You
saying,
get a mug.
"Call me if you want to save money," like the mug. Like, call me like.
I mean,
That's why
Emily
he's
does
the
them.
only one that works the
Now it
first time
makes sense.
guest.
Yo.
Bro, you are dirty, dude.
That's why I can't let no one get in that ministry. I
That
got the
makes
welcome.
sense.
I got the welcome kit ready. If you're struggling
Hey,
financially,
listen.
let me help you,
You know
save
what? You know
money.
what's worse?
Let me help you save.
Emily, his wife, is the one doing it. So that's why they want to control that. Like, no, we got this.
my-
Like,
Now that
okay.
we're gonna talk about relationships, one of the biggest issues is money. when they're broke, it's always, getting issues and
No,
they're mad.
no.
So I help them. Hey, if you have financial issues, give me a call. I'm going to save you some money on
They're
the
like,
bill.
wait, we're just here for the first time. Yeah, but I can tell you're broke. You need solar panels.
Oh my God. This was the best.
I know you need some help.
Lord
So just call me. I'm available tomorrow or today.
Today,
Or today.
I'll take you to lunch. You want to go to lunch?
I'll bring the water.
Listen, I guess that we're going to have to check on the Bibles. If you came for the first time and your Bible says something down about wind and solar, it wasn't us.
Or you were harassed about solar panels.
Yes,
That
it
was
wasn't. We would
No, they weren't harassed. They were just, trying to get helped.
Trying to get help.
Yep. That's it.
Not one person. Your son even rolled his eyes. He doesn't even believe you. So let's talk relationships.
Yes. So,
Yes.
We're off
Yes.
the rails today.
I know. The
We are.
first question was, how do we like?
How did you meet your spouse?
Okay, that's a good.
What was it
question.
like? Where did you meet? What was your first thought? What attracted you to them?
Okay.
MySpace.
MySpace?
Nuh-uh, really?
Bro, for real. So I saw a picture of Emily on MySpace.
Okay, first off, half our audience doesn't even know what MySpace is.
Yeah, most of the people don't know. Wow, we've been together for 15 years now? Yeah, 15 years.
Wow.
Wow.
So, and we... Yeah.
She's not buying that. She rolled her eyes. She's like, that's not even close.
It's true.
Wait, was she in your top 10?
You know what? I saw a post from a friend the other day saying like this new generation wouldn't be able to hold us because back in the days you were in top 10 and it wouldn't like you, we removed you.
Whoa, that's true.
Yeah. So yeah, she wasn't in my top 10. But I'll explain now. I just saw her, when it said like you had a friend in mutual.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, you want to add this friend? That you guys, so I saw it like that from her friend. So I'm like, oh, I like this girl. She looks good. MySpace, thank you. So I told her, hey, who is she?
I didn't know that. I didn't know it was MySpace.
Yeah,
That's
that was
crazy.
the first time that I saw a picture of Emily.
Wow.
So I asked her friend to introduce me to her. And for some reason, she introduced me to like other 10 different girls. And every time we came to the movies or to the place we were going to meet, I'm like, this is not the one that I saw in MySpace. Like, why are you bringing these other people? So,
Wait, your friend kept bringing other girls?
yeah, she didn't want me to get to know Emily.
Oh,
Why?
Bro, I don't know. And then the girl she was bringing,
No.
it was nothing compared to the picture in MySpace. It was nothing compared
So you're like,
to
nope.
the picture that I saw.
So my question was,
He was like, scam.
How did you meet
It was
and
a
what
scam.
attracted you? We got that answer.
Yeah, we got it.
It
We
was
got
all
it.
looks. It
And
was
it was because I didn't meet her in person yet.
Yeah.
But then when I met her, it was like few months later after that first time that I saw the picture. So now when I met her, she was, if you think she's shy now, bro, she was 10 times more shy. So, and you see this
Really?
guy here, all loud, crazy, and she was super shy. So, and that's what, for me, it was like, okay, if she's like that, she's like a good girl from home, good dad, good mother. I want to get to know her better. And that's how we started, talking. We talked
That's crazy.
for almost a year before even started dating, actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. So,
Really
and then we
good.
dated for 4 years. And then after that, it's when we got married, and it's been 15 years now.
So you talked a year, dated for 4, been married. So y'all been together 20 years.
16. Yeah, 16 years exactly, right? Yep.
So combine 16 between.
Combined 16
Oh,
between
okay.
the time that we talk and the time that we dated. Everything together, 16 years now. Yep.
Okay, I'm not a math genius.
I think we should just move to the next topic.
Bro,
I think
to be honest with you,
I think tomorrow is gonna say
they-
19.
They got me off topic, texting me to move my chair. You want me to forward, back? This production. I'm gonna need an earpiece here. I can't do two things at the same time. It's either more.
So how do you met D? Like,
Yeah, actually, we met in high school. Danette, at that point, I met her. I was a junior. She was a freshman. And honestly, I was not the best guy at all. She was a very good girl. And we went to a private school. And so I think the first thing that really attracted me to her, she had this skirt that she wore, and she liked to hike it up a little bit.
No.
I know. I'm like,
I would not hike it up.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, okay.
It was a little shorter.
It was
than,
a uniform.
Yeah, it was a uniform,
Got it,
but it's
got
supposed
it,
to be
got
down
it.
to the knees,
Okay.
and somehow, and I'm just like, man, there's something about this girl, and she had the cutest cheeks, and it was just beautiful. It was beautiful. We laughed and laughed, and that's when. So her looks absolutely attracted me. I was like, man, this girl is fine.
Right.
And then we got paired up in a math class together. Long story.
Math class.
Yeah, I was a senior at that point. She was a
You
sophomore.
didn't pass that class, right?
No, I was tutoring.
He
like
said
I was
he was
helping
not tutoring
the
me.
younger
He was
kids, 'cause-
not tutoring.
Oh, so you were helping her.
Yeah, I was helping
No.
her.
What,
It was all
what
about
a
helping
nice
others.
It was
guy.
helping. I was trying to
What
help
a
her.
nice
No,
guy.
I
he
wanted
was
her
a
to pass.
senior in a sophomore's math class.
Yeah, because they struggled. So I was like,
Wait. Okay, now I get it. He wanted to pass by that fast.
yeah.
So no, wait. No, let's pause. I mean, are you in a hurry?
I am not.
No, no,
I'm
Harry.
super comfortable.
Why
Here's
do
the
we-
deal. I'll tell you the whole deal. I was in a physics class my senior year.
Okay.
I was taking physics. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Why am I taking this hard class? It makes no sense.
No sense.
Yeah.
So I went down to the office and I said, can I get out of this class? And they're like, yeah, but you have to take A math. So you could go to this sophomore advanced math class if you want. So I'm like, oh, yeah, put me there. So I go in this, and I'm in a class full of sophomores, and then they partner us up, and they partner me with her.
Yep.
And at first, it's kind of
How
like,
convenient.
how convenient. It was, but I'm telling you, we used to sit there and we would just laugh the entire time. Like we
Yeah.
just,
Really?
oh,
We
we
became
it was,
friends for.
yeah, we just became real
Well,
friends.
you became friend. He had another plan already.
Yeah.
So yeah,
He knew where he was going.
Oh
He's
yeah.
gonna have a goal.
Listen, but she was straight laced. This is a story that's really the epitome of like who she was as a person, and who she is as a person. When we started dating, it was over spring break my senior year, and I ran with a crowd that was not good. And so when we came back in the day, you used to change nameplates. Like, you know, had gold nameplates, had your name. So mine was Kurt. And it was this big old monstrous thing that said Kurt. And hers was like this little dainty Danette thing. So we come back over spring break, and I'm wearing her little dainty thing. And my guys are like, bro, what are you doing?
What's going on?
And I'm like, oh, yeah, we started dating over spring break. And they're like, you're dating Danette Klaus? And I'm like, yeah, bro. So one of the guys speaks up. I won't put him on blast. One of the guys speaks up and says, I'll bet you $100 you don't kiss her in the first month. And I'm like, bet. I'll take that. A month later, I paid him. 1 month. Oh, we didn't kiss for 3 months.
That
She did not.
Oh.
Oh, she's a floozy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, 3 months. And so she was like very. And but I'm going to tell you,
Bad boy.
my lifestyle was so crazy.
Yeah.
It was the most attractive thing to me to see somebody that was like passionate about the Lord, passionate about boundaries, passionate about rules. Now I hated them, right? I'm like, man, come on, why are you doing that? You know, but man, it was the most attractional thing to go. Man, this I want to spend more time with this.
No,
person,
I just
you know?
said you have to get to know me. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to date, you got to get to know me. So.
And I like
Yeah.
it's so good to hear that, because I think that we have lost that a little bit in this generation, right?
Mm-hmm.
But having that is just so important. Like when you look back and say, you know what, that's the way we did it. Wow, that's beautiful. Like me and Lise, I actually met Lise in high school. In a math class, the same thing.
Really?
Yes.
Did you tutor her too?
Nope.
Nope.
I wanted to, but she at that moment I was singing, but I was just singing not Christian music. So it was kind of weird, right? In a different way. And in high school, I can like almost a lot of the high school girls, they wanted to date me because I was doing music. But Lisette didn't want to. So she was the hard one. I was like, no, I want this one. Like that's, and she was so strong. Like, believe it or not, I used to have super long hair. Like,
I don't think people realize, like, they're like, I wonder what that means. He was a touring rapper. Like, he traveled
oh my
around.
God.
And, right?
It's true, yeah.
Yes.
We need a little picture.
With
Yes.
long hair.
Podcast, a little.
Can we get a little thumbnail of what?
No,
we
no.
have seen that thumbnail.
I'm gonna get you the picture.
No,
Please.
no.
Yeah. That'll be
No,
good
that's-
for them to see.
That's
Let me see if I
bad.
found one while we speak. Hold
And
on.
maybe a
Yes.
link
We
to a
should.
YouTube video where he was.
Come on, really? Did you keep talking about relationship? So I'm going through all of this, and I said, nah, but why is she so hard? Like, what's going on with her? And I remember one day I got a haircut, and I'm like, you know, all the girls were like, looking and talking, and she came, and I'm with my friends. I'm the cool guy, right? I'm singing music. I have this, and she came and she said, "Well, now you look worse than any other day before." And she kept walking, and I'm like, "What is going on with this girl?" So I started becoming friend of her brother, and from there we start like, and it took me 9 months to receive a yes from her. Like a yes of yes, let's talk.
Wow.
9 months, and then from there she was 15, I was 16, and it's been now 18 years since we started dating and married. Yeah.
Wow.
I would ask you like dating and years known, but he messed all that. Let's just leave it. We'll just leave it total years.
Yeah, I agree.
Tell me on the, because this is a big topic.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me on the spiritual front, were you aligned? Were y'all not aligned? Should you have dated because of where you were at spiritually? Was it good or bad? Like, where were y'all at spiritually?
I think for me it was a season of my life where, so I used to sing Christian music, but rapping at those days, it was kind of bad for church, at least for the Hispanic church. So, I did an EP. It had 4 songs. 3 songs it was just about Christ. 1 song it was about just love. About you can dedicate it to your girlfriend, whatever. And the church just shut me down. Like, we don't want to listen to you. Like, this is just it's sinful stuff. And I remember a day going to a church that they actually invited me. And when I went to the platform, being in the platform, they shut the music down. So they were just trying to make fun of me.
Wow.
It was bad. So that other song that it was just about love, it happened to start playing in the local radio station of Orlando. So now the radio station, the guy, he said, "Hey, I want to promote you, so I'll be your promoter." So he used to be the one wherever I used to sing, he used to come with me and say, "Hey, and now from Rumba 100.3, like Anthony." So it was just crazy. Me being 16 years old. So that provoked that I stopped just going to church. I was like, you know what? Everything that I have done for church all my life. And so in that moment when I met Lise, I was not assisting to a church. It wasn't my best moment with the Holy Spirit. So I started dating, we started dating. And I remember one day, now it was crazy because even though it wasn't my best season with the Lord, we did have some boundaries. So we did not have like sex or anything. It was just crazy.
Yeah.
So I actually believe that because my parents...
Wait, you weren't even walking with the Lord and still kept boundaries?
Yes. Isn't that crazy?
That is actually
Were those
crazy.
set by you or both of you?
Both. And now remember, Lisette comes from Cuba. I come from Puerto Rico. And Lisette's family have no idea of what God means. Like, she have never heard about God before. Never.
Wow.
So it wasn't a boundary because she have some kind of background of this. She have no clue.
Very interesting.
She have no clue. I was, going on all of this crazy, with the music, enjoying what I was going through, with the music. And one day, long story short, I was in a club. I was about to sing, and at that day, everything just went black out in my ears. I can only hear the Lord saying, "I have way better plans for you." And I started crying in the club. I just started crying. I couldn't sing, and I told my promoter, "I'm out. I'm done." He's like, "What you mean you're done? This is what you were waiting for." I said, "Nah, I'm not gonna do it," and I left. And next day I just called Lisa. I said, "Hey, I know I have never talked to you about this, but this is what is going to happen now. I'm going back to serve the Lord, and if you want to walk with me, I appreciate it. If not, then we're going to have to make some decision in a relationship."
Oh my word!
And,
I did not know that part.
And she said, "I want to learn. I want to know that God. I want to walk with you." And that's when she got saved. And then from there we just started growing, and in the Lord and in our relationship, we actually were able. And I say this when I really I think it's an honor. And I also think that the new generation can hear this and say, okay, that's something we can do. Like when we got married, we had never had sex before. So we
hadn't either.
So
She said, yeah.
So that's something that is possible, It's something that people, I think, and I think people should say, okay, so that's something I can accomplish. Yes,
Yeah.
It's something you can do, and
Of course.
And now, right, 14, 15 years later, I'm saying that I'm glad we did it that way. Now, if you didn't do it that way, it's not for you to feel bad. Now, I'm just saying, it's just something that you look back and say, that's awesome that we were able to accomplish that.
I love that you have two people that have set boundaries, and they're not even built on spiritual. I mean, they really don't have a spiritual foundation to it.
Right.
They just built the boundaries of, hey, we're going to wait and we're going to save ourselves. That's unbelievable. Our relationship is, we didn't have sex until marriage night, but that was absolutely Danette setting the boundary. Mm-hmm. So and I honored, I honored
But
that.
I'm glad you said that, because I feel that most relationship is that way. And then the guy gets super mad. I don't want to continue with you.
Yeah.
But you were able to say, okay, I'll respect that.
Well, the crazy part, and I want to hear y'all's too, but the crazy part now is being a student pastor. I've sat in front of teenage guys who, with tears in their eyes, have told me, this girl has said, if I don't have sex with her, I must not love her. I'm trying to do what's right, but
Wait, you mean that girl?
So the girl, now we're in a
crazy.
generation, it's not just guys pushing and pushing and pushing. It's girls going, hey, if you love me, why are we not, this is what we should be doing.
Yeah.
It's such a skewed view. And I remember when I had the meeting, coming home and telling Danette, this is nuts. I got guys trying to live right.
Yeah.
And they're being told, well, then you must not love me.
Well, in raising 3 boys, our boys had girls throw themselves at them as well.
Yeah.
It's just very different culturally.
So,
now.
Really?
Here I am. I'm trying to honor her rules, right? Because I want to honor her. So it definitely can be done, even though I'm going, man, this is what I selfishly desire and want.
Right.
And I had already opened that can in my life.
Right.
So I knew what it was man. So, but I honored that. Where were y'all at spiritually?
It was really similar to Anthony. We were not going to a church. And that's when I say sometimes a lot of people and most of the Christians say, I got to pray about this and see what happens for everything. I think sometimes you don't need to pray. You feel it if you got to do something or not. And when I met Emily and we started dating, it was I know this is the one.
Wow.
A lot of stuff in her life told me she's the one. Her mother, her father, the way where she comes from. I was like, hey, this is the one, And she used to go to church and we used to go to church, but it wasn't we were into church, super active. So we just started dating. And I remember when we started dating, that's when we moved from Orlando to Tampa, and I was 17. So I lived here for 6 or 7 months. And the day before I turned 18, I went back to Orlando by myself because I was so in love. I knew she was the one. And I told my mother, I'm not staying here in Spring Hill. We used to live in Spring Hill. So I called a friend and I told him, bro, I'm moving back to Orlando. If I can live with you, I got a job for you and me. Let's go work for the M fast food. And he's like, yeah, I need a job. Let's do it. So I went back to Orlando, started working, and we had the same boundaries. No sex before marriage. And even though we were not into church like we are now, right? But we had those boundaries. I don't think Emily gave me a kiss for 6 months, maybe more. Yeah, she was hard, bro, and I would get mad. Come on, she was so.
I thought 3 months was
no, bro.
6. Way to go.
She
well
was
done.
so shy that I remember she used to go to college, and when she was done, she could text me, "I'm done," so I can call her. She wouldn't call me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's how shy she was. Hey, I'm done in this class. I have another 15 minutes, for my other class, so you can call me now. And I would call her. If not, she wouldn't even call me. That's how shy she was. But yeah, we had those boundaries.
I don't think sex should be and just in this topic in dating. I don't. Yes, us that we serve the Lord and we go to church, we know the value of not having sex before marriage. Mm-hmm. But I don't think it should be a thing that I only want to have sex if I'm a Christian, a believer. I think there's more value than just putting religion into this, right?
But the issue is, me that I've worked with youth before, it's the nowadays, not the youth or the young people, it's even their parents. I have some youth told us, well, my mom told me, try this, and use protection if you don't like the guy.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah. It's let's try.
It's a real thing.
It's you have different lollipops.
So her mom said,
yeah. If you have
go try that one.
If you don't like the flavor, then go to the next one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord Jesus.
Basically, it's the reality. Yeah. And then I'm preaching here on a Thursday. Save yourself. It's beautiful, just like you said, not because of religion or something.
Right.
It's just a really nice thing to do. Wait, but my mom told me to use condoms and just try it. And if I don't like it, then I can just get another person. What are you talking about? You're 17 years old. You are a beautiful girl. You don't need to try nothing. Yeah. But that's the issue. We're trying to preach something, but the dad and the mom in the house is saying something totally different.
Well, the other thing is, with this, the reality is this was a gift given by God. Okay, so if you
Yes.
you take this spiritual context to go, marriage was designed by God. Sex was a gift given by God. When we have this, and so inside confines of marriage, it's always this new and exciting, and it should be, man, like it brings two souls together. Your souls are knit together. It's this passionate thing that God created. When we do it outside those bounds, we are naturally we're like high people. So we seek that high, right? We seek that point, that pinnacle, right. And then outside the confines of what it should be, from that moment, it just begins to weigh down. And what you find is there comes a certain point that what was once fun and exciting, because it's outside the bounds of what it's created to be, we now get complacent. It gets old. And you know what? I'm tired of this one. I want to move on to this one. And so you constantly see people bouncing to and from
Yep.
because they get tired of something because it's done outside of the way it was originally intended and created.
Yep.
Yes.
So, yes, it is a massive, and in the society we live in, it's terrible. It's just a thing, right? And it's casual, and it's, hey, we live together, we do all these things, but it just makes it easier to separate.
Not only that, but think about, and I have dealt with other people, like where if there's this person, right, that anyways, had sex with 10 different people, right? Now this person met the right guy or the right girl, but have the expectation in a sexual life of all of these 10. It have to be
100%.
And then we're having this issue here that we have to work with, because now they have this all of this weird, crazy expectation that they shouldn't be, because you should not have sex with just everyone like any day, right?
Well, it's you literally. So it's the connection of two souls. God, this is a blood covenant. So God did this so that two souls would be tied together.
Yes.
Okay. So when you think about, and I had to come to a point in my life where I had to deal with past soul ties, because what happened was I soul tied to this person, this person, this person, this person. Now I can't give my wife my full soul because I've got parts of me all out here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I had to go to the Lord and say, Lord, I need you to heal like these areas of my life, souls that part of my soul that I've given to all these people, heal those in me so that now I can submit and I can give my wife all of me.
Okay. So just give me a second. So you're saying that if someone is watching right now, right? And you see, I think that people sometimes they don't even know what their battle are. Like they're just saying, I don't feel like I feel I'm stuck. But it may be that they have to go back and deal with those kind of stuff.
100%.
That it may be affecting their marriage right now.
100%.
Or whoever they're dating, and they need. Maybe you're watching saying, "Sure, that's me. Like, let me pause and let me work on that so I can give my best today." That's what you're saying.
It's crazy. The people that I get to sit in front of where intimacy in their marriage has run against a wall, and they're not happy with it. Whatever the frequency of it, the passion, they're not in a good place with it. And when you begin to have conversations, they realize that, man, I haven't healed. I've given part of myself to all these other people. Man, I can't wholly give myself to her fully. Because part of me is with that person and that person and that person and that show and that thing. And so it's like, hey, we've got to heal some things so that now we can do it the way God intended it to be done.
Yes. That's you know where I see that a lot too? In a different topic, it's when people haven't healed their past with their dad or their mom.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now they're just giving that, incomplete human being to their son and daughter. And now they have impulse and say, okay, let me go back and heal. Mm-hmm. So I can give my best version to my daughter or to my son. And I see that so often. Yeah. It's like, why you're not seeing it? And sometimes, a lot of time I do feel bad because sometimes it's just that they don't see it. They don't get it. So people feel stuck. People feel like, I want to be a better mom. I want to be a better dad, but I don't get it. And then, you spend 25 minutes with them and you say, well, I see it,
And that's why we love doing what we do.
Yeah.
Because you get to sit on the outside, you get to listen, and then you get to enlighten and go, and the lights come on in people's eyes. And when you see freedom and you see people healed and you see people set free and you see people walk out in joy and unity together, you're like, man, this is the way it's intended to be. So good. So good.
Yes.
I think nowadays everybody thinks boundaries, it's like something that's gonna hurt me. They think boundaries is something that is going to damage me, that I'm not going to have any benefits. But they don't understand boundaries are going to give you a lot of benefits. It's going to help you. Like, if you have those boundaries before you get married of not having sex, then when you get married, it's another new level in your relationship.
Yes.
That you have to, you cross that boundary, but now you start knowing things you didn't know before. You get to enjoy things that you did before because it wasn't the season to enjoy.
Amen.
So when you respect those boundaries,
So
but
true.
that's the issue we're having. They don't respect those boundaries, neither with their girlfriends, friends, dad,
So
mom.
you're saying boundaries are a protection to enjoy.
Oh yeah, I see boundaries as a blessing, because I knew that the boundaries Emily was giving me. For example, it was at some point I was gonna have a benefit. I have boundaries with the boss. Then now it's my partner in business, and I know the boundaries was putting. Hey, you have to come here at 6 a.m. You're gonna leave at 4 p.m. But you can't go beyond that door, because beyond that door only I go, because I'm the boss. You're my employee. That's a boundary. And at the point, I was like, who this guy think he is? Okay, but I respect him, right? Because
I feel like that's exactly what you thought.
Yeah.
no, like literally, but
100%.
100%. But then little by little, I remember one day he called me, hey, the guy that makes the bread just quit on me. Can you come help me? It's 3 a.m.
Wow.
And I said, okay, I'll go there. And now I'm getting to know this guy little by little more and more, still with boundaries. Hey, you're just gonna pick up this thing, I'll do the bread. You just give me the stuff that I need. So I'm like his helper.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then donuts. You're only gonna give me this stuff, but I'll do the donuts. So a lot of boundaries. But he was teaching me so many stuff. Like in my nowadays present, I can say that I do so many stuff from what I learned with those boundaries.
Amen.
That's awesome.
So people see boundaries as it's gonna hurt me, it's gonna be bad. No, they're a blessing.
Well, Dee and I, often say in our counseling center that countries go to world wars together. And there's this organization called NATO that puts boundaries on how countries can literally fight each other in war.
Really?
You can't shoot the medic. You can't torture prisoners. You can't do all these things. And if you do these things, there's consequences to your
kill
actions.
them, but don't do that.
Huh?
Like you
Yeah.
can kill them, but don't.
Literally.
Literally, yeah.
But
You
this
can
way.
go to war and shoot people, but don't shoot the guy with the red cross on his chest. Now, if countries that are trying to take over each other and go to war, if there are boundaries in how they do that, it shows you that there is a benefit and there is a good part of boundaries.
Yes,
and if you will
always.
take those and embrace boundaries in your relationship, there's always a blessing.
Yes.
Always a benefit.
Well,
And
it's- I was going to say boundaries are, it's the opposite of giving someone access fully. We give people full access before they earned any relationship. And so
That is good.
you can't give.
This is good
yeah.
because, like, I always think about it this way. When I met Emily, and I always compare sales, church, everything to relationships. Because the first day that we met, we didn't kiss. It was 6 months later, and then in those 6 months, we didn't have sex. It was after we got married. There was always boundaries, but it kept opening doors little by little.
Yeah.
So in relationship, it's the same thing. If you're doing a business, you're not gonna think that you're gonna get the deal done the first day. You might not. You might do. You have to grow. You have to learn.
That's good.
There's gonna be doors opening little by little. But if you quit because I didn't like this person or this business or this church, then you're never gonna fulfill God's real purpose.
Yes.
So you come to PDA, but I'm mad because these people are preaching in English and they have this horrible strong accent, and I'm leaving. I'm not coming back to the English service.
Tell them.
I mean, that's maybe where God wanted you, bro.
Yeah.
Maybe one day somebody's gonna say something out there that's gonna click in your head.
Amen.
Or the other way, but it's little by little that those boundaries open more blessings. People just quit too quick.
That is true. And I also think that, at least for myself, I think that I learned to implement boundaries in other areas of my life the hard way. Like, I'm a people person, right? So Lisette is not a people person. Like, she loved being with people, but there was a season of our life that we went to Puerto Rico to do business in Puerto Rico. We were there like for 2 years. And there was one day that I said, Lisette, you've been in this apartment for almost 2 months. You need to get out. Now, we had a beautiful apartment. You can see everything, from San Juan, and you use a beautiful view. But she was like, I'm happy here. I don't need...
I mean, I wouldn't blame her. I get you, but you didn't need to get out of that apartment, bro.
I know. Okay.
It was a beautiful view. You know, I'm
Whatever.
sorry. Haley said, I got you. Where's my camera? This one? Haley said, I got you. I also know you need to be more people, friendly. But in that time, you was okay.
Okay, then I'll take this part for you. Let's say we know because you stayed in that apartment. We here at Windmar Solar, we can cause the power bill to be zero for you. Check us out, windmarsolar.com.
Thank you. Call us now.
Call us. You too can stay in your apartment for months.
This is bad.
Thank you.
So I'm yeah, that was bad.
I'm
So
with her.
So
you're with her.
Well, yeah, I would be in the apartment too.
You know what's funny?
it's like her and her.
It's interesting, and I know opposites attract, but it's we got three of us that I would say are extremely extroverted people.
Yes.
People.
Crazy.
And yet our wives are so polar opposite of that.
The opposite.
And that's been like, that was my biggest challenge when I got offered the first time to be a pastor. I was like, if I do this, I don't want to hurt her, because there's an expectation of who's the spouse of the pastor, and I'm not gonna put her in the middle saying, well, now all of these people want you to do this because you're the wife of. And for me, that's been a big deal of, when I'm leading the church, how I lead it, when people expect something from her, and I said, no, it's not that time. She doesn't want to. She doesn't have to. And I was going to get there where I'm a people person. I mean, Lise will be here right now, and we all be laughing. She loves to joke around. She's just someone fun to be a part of, but she's different than me. Mm-hmm. So we have to learn to put some boundaries on her. Hey, if it was for me, I would have people every day at my house. She doesn't feel comfortable there. She prefer more the family. Why Dee is laughing? I think Dee's like, So
Oh.
We may or may not have had conversations
about this.
yeah.
Okay, maybe.
So
I learned those boundaries. So where I say, okay, so we start designing this thing of what work for both in what area, right? How can we do this? And I think, like, just in the ministry side, one of my biggest boundary is protecting her, that my design doesn't hurt her design. So the way that God want to use me, I don't want her to get hurt because she's the wife of. And I have put some really important boundaries and say, hey, we'll get there, and I'll make sure that I encourage you and be there for you in what calls you to do, not what God called me to do.
Yeah.
And I think that when we start getting out of people's expectation, and we have to, because that one said we have to, and then you start putting those boundaries of protection, and the way it is. I mean, even with our kids, like, people expect so much with your kids because you are who you are, and then you're saying, dude, leave them alone. They're only 5, like, just leave them.
I
free.
remember, man, like, and this was really challenging to me, but I lived my life very much not requiring. I'm like you. I don't believe because I was called, now all of a sudden my wife and my kids have to become something that they weren't. That's not what they were called to do. Right. So we're not going to make them do that. They don't have to serve if they don't want to. That's just my, where I'm at. But I'll never forget when I asked my son, my oldest, he was going to college, and I'm like, what are you, like, most excited about? And I'll never forget his answer when he said, I'm probably most excited to just get out from underneath you and do my own thing.
Wow.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's powerful.
He had been such a PK kid.
Yeah, he didn't want to be a PK.
That everybody knew his dad. He had to be at all the stuff. He just wanted to live life. And we hear about PK kids and how they go off the rails, and a lot of it's because as parents that are pastors, we don't put boundaries on even our ministry and our home life. And so these kids get drug into something, and they're like, that may not be their calling or where they're at. And it's like, man, I would tell you, if you're a pastor out there, man, I bang that drum louder than anything.
And you didn't get shocked by that answer. Like, you understood it. And you were a safe place for him to say that. Like,
my oldest one is like, man, I just want to get out from underneath you. My youngest one, oh no, he was about it.
Yeah.
Like, that was his style.
He was like, you should know
Logan's
who I am.
like, yeah, when he walked into a room, well, you don't know who I am? I'm Logan Sherry.
Everyone will know.
So it's like, it's different kids, and you got to feel whatever that is. So
he would have come to me before my Spanish service and say, I need your hair because it's like a mirror, so I can get my hair ready. I'm like, dude, get out of my face. I need to preach now. And you're going to say this right now?
He wasn't lying.
No.
Well, he knew at that point he was really teaching to like 5 people. So he's like,
it was about 7. It was about 7. But I think we're talking about from a pastoral position. Let's talk about if you're a doctor, if you are a carpenter, if you're a plumber, whatever it is. I think that putting boundaries where, how many people, like you guys do this for a living, right? How many people we can say that they are going through a really hard time in their marriage because they haven't put a boundary between the work and the home. Mm-hmm. And because they just want to work so much and want to provide so much that sometimes like, hey, you're providing so much and you're bringing finance. But hey, the last time we went to get some ice cream was 6 months ago or 10 years ago.
Well, that's part of it. The flip side of it, now think about this, because that's a very real thing.
Yeah.
The flip side of that is there's tension in the home. And because there's tension, I find more peace staying at work.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
if someone right now is going through tension, what would it be your first fast fix? Like, hey, at least do this in the next 48 hours.
You have to get to the root of why you feel the way you feel.
Pull out the root.
That's the immediate thing.
That's the
if
first
you're
thing.
angry about time, if you're angry about communication, if you're angry about sex, if you're angry about finances, you got to figure out what is causing you to be angry. Find the root first. Once you pull the root, now we can heal.
Do you think that one of the reasons why there could be a lot of tension in a marriage is because they have no boundaries on getting some space from them without the kids
It can be.
As a couple,
as a couple?
100%.
Like
yeah,
there's
it's all
no
priorities.
Yeah,
like,
that's-
like all the time it's just us with the kids. Like there's no you and me time.
Well, yeah.
Listen, last Tuesday I was like, let's say, we need to make break for us. Like it's been, I think the last time, and I know I have said it before, I will not pretend to be a perfect pastor. I made mistakes. I need to fix some stuff. So I was like, let's say, we've been in this, like since we launched the 9 a.m. service, I'm like, we've been such in a row for all of this that we haven't taken space for us.
Yeah.
So it's been now like, what, 4 or 5 months since we launched? So I'm like, this is bad. We need to do something about this. So we were in a meeting on my mom's house and I was like, can you take care of the kids? He's like, yes, I can. I've been wanting to, but you're so busy that you haven't done it. I was like, yo, I'm telling you, that night I was like, what do you want to do? She was like, I don't know. We didn't even know what to do. Like we usually
Wait, you hadn't dated in 4 or 5 months?
4 or 5 months.
Wow.
Church, boom, 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 2 services, meeting, boom, boom, boom. I was like, I know that's why I want to make sure that when we leave Point of Love, it's not from a perfection corner. We want to learn and we want to grow together. So anyways, on Tuesday, I was like, okay, let's go. And I asked her, what should we do? Like, we don't even know what to do now without the kids. And she's like, I don't know. Let's see if we find a movie. And there was a movie at that time. I was like, okay. And she said, I want to go to Clearwater. And I just want to see the sunset. And I said, good idea. So we went, an hour and 15 minutes of drive. We stopped in Walgreens. We bought some snacks. And we just sit down for an hour. Just us doing nothing. But I'm telling you this, Wednesday, the energy in my body, it was complete different.
Yeah.
I was a complete different guy. It was just like one day that we did. It was like, okay, we're back on track. Let's do this. So I think that you're right. I think that having that boundary saying, no, we need this. I also hear a lot of people saying all the time, I have no money. You don't need money to go to the party.
Nope.
You just need it.
Nope.
You just need to make the time. That's it.
There is zero excuse. And Anthony, I'm telling you, it's okay. So you take 4 months. It's been 4 or 5 months since you dated. Okay?
Yes.
Now your kids are also younger.
How weird to say that from a pastor to admit that he's one.
Oh, I'll
not
bet
as
you.
rare as you
No,
think.
I'll bet you most pastors are like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they won't say it.
They just won't tell you that.
Yeah.
They'll tell you to date your spouse, but they're not dating their own.
Right.
But you take yours are younger, 4 or 5 months you haven't gone on a date. Now, I want you to fast forward 6 years. They're both in sports. They're both in dance. They're both doing their thing. They're in school. They have school projects and school homework. You're working. She's working. Like all this stuff. 5 months turns into a year
Like this.
overnight.
Boom. Yes, 100%.
And then you do that year after year after year. That's why so many, when the last kid leaves the house,
Emptiness.
mom and dad looked at each other and they're like,
Who are
we
you?
don't even know you.
Yeah, who are you?
I'm going to get a
100%.
divorce. I'm going to go find somebody else because I don't know you and I don't like
when
you.
the emptiness comes, they don't even know what to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Because you've created
no
this
clue.
so in relationships, that's why I'm so glad you said what you said. don't overthink it.
Right.
Figure something out. Like, just go sit at the park. Watch the birds. It's just creating conversation point that we get to talk and deepen our love for each other. You have to do
100%.
that. Have to do that.
And I think that's one of the biggest issues right now of just taking the time to dating your even spouse or whoever is watching right now, right? Just taking that time and go and doing it. I said it from a point where I saw the value of one day.
Yeah.
Like just okay, we can breathe again. We can just keep, and we enjoy our life with our kids, and we go to the movies and we go bowling. But it's just her and me, no one else.
And it has to be something I think that you actually do. It's not, hey, because we just had lunch, in the middle of the day. You didn't date your spouse that time, With me, I work in the office, and sometimes she just comes and we have lunch, but I'm working. So I'm having lunch with her.
What you're saying.
We're having lunch together, but we're not dating. Because still people come inside the office asking me for stuff. The kids are there. So
Yes.
even though we had lunch together, and I love it because we're able to do that, but we didn't have a date. So
100%.
yesterday, or I think yesterday, the day before, Emily sent me. I don't know if your spouse sends you Instagram stuff, so you watch.
Bro.
Wait,
Bro.
this is a
This
wait, okay,
Bro.
This is a girl thing.
And
I'm
ask,
not trying to make
ask him how
chaos.
much he actually responds,
Did-
though.
No, but
I
no,
respond-
wait, no, wait,
I
no.
respond to the most that I can.
No.
Wait, before you guys answer, let me just tell the story so you don't fight.
Yeah.
But that was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
bad statement.
Easy,
That she
easy,
should have never
easy,
said that.
easy.
Why?
It's not to fight. It's not to fight. Easy. I do consonants after, okay?
Okay, let's do a promotion. You need constantly call Broken for Better.
Don't
They got
call
you.
me now. Call them now. So I'm driving to a customer 2 hours away from here, right? So I have my worship on. I'm just enjoying the ride. I was going to Fort Myers, and Emily sends me this Instagram, message, and I had time to look at it. So when I opened it, it was a story about the owner of Netflix that was saying that he's opened lots of company. This guy made tons of money, but his biggest success was because he had a date with his wife every Tuesday.
Wow.
So his biggest success is not all the company he has, it's not all the millions he's made, is that he's done all of these great things with the same girl
Yeah.
since day one.
That's awesome.
So
That's awesome.
I was like, whoa. So we do it often, like we date here and there, but not like
Every
it
week.
should
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Well, I think people every Tuesday is unbelievable. We don't even date every week.
No.
But I will tell you this though, we see things as dates that other people may not.
Mm-hmm.
So like if we go to lunch together and it's her and I, and we get to have intentional conversation about our future, our dreams, our love for each other,
Right.
that's a date.
That's a date.
our hearts connecting.
100%,
If
yeah.
I'm in the office and we're doing 100 different things, and that's not a date.
Right.
Exactly.
It's this connection of two hearts, and I just think people overthink it.
Yeah.
That's why I wrote that little guide of like, look, a date can be go out and walking around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You're
Or
just
sitting on the
dreaming
back
together.
porch.
That is true.
Sitting on the back
Yes.
porch.
That's our spot, yeah.
It's like just don't overthink it, man. Create points where you get to love on each other.
Yeah.
So
But when we had littles, we did let them know, like, hey, it's mom and dad time.
Yep.
Like,
And that's something powerful because a lot of people, they don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear, and I was telling Pastor this and the other people on a Tuesday, I hear this joke so much where, hey, I got married, I never have sex. Hey, I got married, I don't have nothing with my wife. I'm like, why are you married then? Because I enjoy my marriage to the fullest.
Yeah.
But it's because they don't know how to say that to their kids. Hey, it's mom and dad time. Sometimes we take our day off from Friday to Saturday, and Saturdays mornings we're just watching movies. That's a date. We're just,
Yes.
in our room, doors closed, kids, go do whatever you want. I hope the house doesn't fall down, but we're watching a movie. If you need a movie, let us know. We will have a list of good movies.
Yeah.
And
you're
we're
like,
having-
do whatever you want, just don't touch the thermostat.
Yeah.
Exactly.
oh my gosh, full circle.
By the way, by
We're
this
back.
time, you're gonna have to move your to 72 at least 71.
Most
We'll
likely
see.
comments.
We'll see.
So dates aren't expensive. It's
No.
it's making the time for it. It's just a nice movie or a backyard, even if it's too hot like you like it, right? But
That's the way I like it.
I think there's a lot of people right now that are watching, and you can maybe say, "Hey, I need to pause, and I just need to see, where I need to work in my past and heal. What decision I need to make today so I can change." I'm a firm believer that anyone that made a decision and put some action behind the decision, your life will change. So you're hearing this right now, and it's just a matter of you saying, I need to do this. This is a reality. Like I think it's been an amazing conversation on just relationship and everything that we have navigated. It's been over an hour already. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So
and there could have been so much more.
I listen.
I didn't even get to what about your relationship after you got married? We didn't even get there.
That means we gotta do part 2.
Wow, what do you mean by that though? Like
things change when you dated outside of sex. I mean, obviously that's the number one thing,
Yeah.
right? But outside of that, you learn new things about your partner. You learn new things about each other. You learn new things about this life, and doing it with someone that radically it changes you. Like you become a different
That
person.
is true.
Yeah. Real quick before we go, we gotta go.
That is true.
You have to understand, you're gonna be good at something, and she's not. Maybe one day I asked her to iron one of my shirts, and when I got home, it was my favorite shirt. She went right through it, bro. And there was a hole in the shirt.
That's why I just don't iron.
And no, that day,
Wow.
that was.
Yeah.
This is for part 2. For part 2, it's gonna be good.
Yo, listen.
That day, I said, you know what? It's fine. I'll take care of ironing. You tell me what you want to do. I got it. So now I love it. I enjoy doing it, like for real.
Yeah.
So you have to understand.
Now she's using this statement for her benefit.
Listen,
My bad, bro.
I'm
sorry.
That was good though.
There are some fights I let go a
because
long
she's protecting
My
you.
bad.
She loves you so much.
Yes.
That
Look, they're ironing my clothes, cleaning my sink, packing my suitcase. Pfft, I stopped fighting those battles a long time ago.
yeah, I know. Me too.
Yeah.
I think we
you.
gotta do
Yes.
part 2.
Yeah,
I
me
just
too.
I just pray. I'm like, one day the Lord will radically say you'll get saved and He'll change your heart.
Wow. I think that's a deeper topic because you are right. I think people, like after you get married, especially there's a lot of people that are watching right now that they may date for 3 months and they got married. So you don't actually know that.
You don't even know the person.
You have
You don't know nothing.
And I think that you see, Ernesto saying that was me. So like
got married in
think
3
about
months.
it. So
3 months and you were married?
Yeah, so that's crazy.
Well, they kissed after 3 days.
No, for
2.
2 days.
2 days.
He
said
didn't
2
know. So
I hit the fast forward button.
28. I was 28.
oh, but they've been married for 28 years.
Wow.
30 years.
30 years.
Well done.
There you go.
Well,
So-
look at her. Look at her. She's like, it's all me. It's all me. Hey, so we'll do part 2.
I think we
And
should.
here's what we'll say about part 2.
Yes.
We ask you to tune in. We really want you to be here. It too will be sponsored by Winmar Solar. Check us out, winmar.com. We'd love to supply all your power needs.
Call us now. Let me
Call
help you
us
save some money.
Bro, if somebody lands, I get commission on that thing. I'm just saying.
I
Okay?
got you, bro.
I think you should. I think you should. I think you should.
Don't worry.
Listen, yes, let's do a second part. Also, if there's a topic that you want to hear, put in the comments.
That's the better part.
Yes, we want to be able to talk and keep growing. And I think that you already noticed from us, you're just gonna hear honesty. Like we're not trying to present, hey, we're perfect.
Honesty, we save you money. We help you.
We're a company built on integrity. Winmar Solar.
Oh my God.
A lot of integrity.
By the
Yes,
way, if you don't
yes.
have a church, you can come to Point of Love. I
And
mean,
if- and if
let
you
me
don't-
do
and
at
if-
least one promo for church.
And if you don't have solar, you can call us. You can call Kurt or me. We got
This is
you.
too funny.
Oh, Kurt or me.
Oh my God. Anyway.
Listen, love you guys. Love you guys.
Yes.
It's been awesome. Thank
Love
y'all for
you all.
doing this.
Thank you. See you
Thank
next
you.
time.